I'm an artist and a teacher in the Buddhist tradition of Thangka paintings. I consider myself as a medium through which these paintings are revealed into the world. Buddhist paintings are transformative in nature. They carry the potential to transform the humanity. They carry the potential to transform the art, artists, and the patron. Buddhist paintings emerged with the life of Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha Gautama was an Indian prince who was moved by the intense sufferings humans go through. He launched an inquiry into these sufferings, its causes, and showed us the path to come out of these sufferings. Buddhism, according to him, is a way of life that encourages us to commit good deeds, abstain from evil deeds, and to purify our minds. Look within, meditate, and to find peace and happiness. Buddhism encourages us, and along with the Buddhist paintings, shows us the path towards spiritual elevation that knows no boundaries and transcends all man-made barriers. These paintings shows us the path from ignorance to enlightenment. Buddhist paintings are visual depictions that helps us to choose the path of righteousness. After Buddha passed away, his cremated relics were placed under layers of stones and bricks arranged in semi-spherical dome-like structures called stupas. Stupas are also seen as formless form of Buddha himself. Stupas, chaityas, and viharas are considered to be the earliest Buddhist architectural structures that were elaborately painted with Buddhist paintings. The rock-cut cave structures emerged, and they were beautifully painted with the wall murals and the wall paintings. Chitrapata, or the Indian scroll, were also created to spread the Buddhist doctrine. Buddhist miniature paintings were also created on the palm leaf manuscripts. The paintings that were done at the rock-cut caves at Ajanta in Maharashtra are seen to be the greatest treasure that mankind has ever produced. It is from here that these paintings traveled to all parts of Asia. From the time between the 8th century to the 12th century onwards, the Tibetan rulers invited the Indian masters and the artists from the region of Bihar to Tibet. These masters and artists carried with them the palm leaf manuscripts, paintings, and other artifacts to Tibet. In Tibet, when these paintings reached Tibet, they reached because of the constant movement and the exchange of artists, pilgrims, and traders. So with this movement, Buddhist paintings were evolved, developed, and flourished in Tibet for over 1,000 years. Tibetans became the custodians of these paintings, especially at a time when Buddhism was at a decline in India. In Tibet, when these paintings were made on the cloth and mounted with silk brocades, they were called as Thangka paintings. Thangka meaning scroll. These paintings could easily be rolled and carried from one place to another. Now these paintings came to India as in 1959, when His Holiness, after the occupation of Tibet, came to India with the Tibetan people and sought asylum in India. So with the coming of the Tibetans, these paintings came in India. New schools of Thangka paintings were established, now on the Indian soil. From the transformative journey of the Buddhist paintings that were made in India to the Thangka paintings that we see today, one thing remains unchanged. These paintings help us to remove layers of ignorance and shed our ego so we can see the ultimate truth. So this purpose remains unchanged. Thangka paintings depict, as you may all see, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, goddesses, yidams, protected deities. You may have seen mandalas and many other images. These paintings also depict Buddhist philosophy, teachings of Buddha, 547 birth-related stories of Buddha called Jatakas are also depicted. These are the previous life stories of Siddhartha Gautama. Buddhas are considered to be enlightened beings. Bodhisattvas are beings that are on the way to become Buddhas, but have delayed their enlightenment in order to help others. Manjushri and Avalokiteshvara are examples of Bodhisattvas. Few examples of goddesses are Prajnaparamita or Saraswati and Taras that you see, white Tara, green Tara. So in the Buddhist pantheon, there are thousands of deities, and these deities are arranged into several groups. Now each group has its own set of deities and grids. Some deities are peaceful, others wrathful. Some deities are simple, others more complex, with multiple hands, feet, and heads. Each deity has a distinct quality or attributes of its own, and it is believed that when we look upon a deity, or we visualize a deity, or meditate upon a deity, or when we paint a deity, we try to develop these qualities in us. So when an artist or a practitioner, it is believed, is filled with these qualities, he or she becomes one with the deity. Here is an example of Avalokiteshvara with 1,000 arms. So when an artist paints the image of Avalokiteshvara, which is the Bodhisattva of compassion and kindness, he or she is filled with the qualities of compassion and kindness. This process is highly transformative for the artist and for anyone who comes in contact with these paintings, including the patron. For an artist, everything is sacred. His paints, his brushes, tools, and the space. An artist even meditates upon the image he or she is painting. An artist is aware of his selfless divine role, anonymous role, while he or she creates these paintings. An artist is also aware of his role as a creator, giving life and soul to these images and bringing them into this world. For a Thangka artist, The act of creation of these paintings is an act of devotion to the divine, for which he or she does not expect any name, fame, or honor in return. No names are ever written on Thangka paintings. In this transformative journey, we see that these paintings are very special and unique. One painting may take several months to years to complete. If created properly, one painting may last for a very long time, even few hundred years. And this is because of the methods, material, and the techniques that are used in the process of creation of a Thangka. Thangka paintings have also been at the core of my personal transformation. In the year 1997, after graduating from Lady Shri Ram College, Delhi University, I received the Gurukul Scholarship from the Foundation for Universal Responsibility of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Now, the Gurukul program is aimed at reviving the ancient master-student relationship and bringing the Indian and the Tibetan communities together. It is through this program I was exposed to the Thangka paintings that were done in Dharamshala. I was moved by the meticulous details, rich composition, and spiritual themes that were involved in Thangka paintings. I knew instantly this is what I must learn. I was also fascinated by the Indian origins of Thangka paintings. In 1997, during an audience with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, I asked him why there were not very many women learning Thangka painting. And he replied that there were no restrictions and anyone could pursue learning Thangka painting. I was seriously considering to become a Thangka painter, and my wish was granted. I started my training under Master Tempa Chofel at Nobelinka Institute. Nobelinka Institute is a center for preserving Tibetan art and culture. My training was rigorous, requiring hours of training, sitting, and dedication. I had realized this was no less than a lifetime commitment. I was ready to take the challenge. It takes 5 to 10 years to become an accomplished artist, and it takes almost the entire life to become a master. Sometimes a student may decide to spend his or her entire life with the master, working, growing each day until he or she becomes the master. After practicing and learning Thangka paintings for about 16 years, I decided to pursue my formal education. I completed my master's in Buddhist studies and Tibetan language in 2015. I'm currently pursuing my PhD under the able guidance of Professor Dr. Arvind Agarwal. I realized that the more I was exposed or introduced to the existing knowledge of Buddhist paintings, the more I am inspired to add to this existing knowledge. Now, with an eye of an artist. In my 20s, I exhibited and carried the legacy of Thangka paintings to several countries in the world. I was so fascinated and inspired by the response of the people to acquire these paintings and to learn about Thangka paintings. I am married to Master Locho, a renowned Thangka painting master and a very kind-hearted human being. We are blessed with 2 daughters, Sarah and Melissa. We together as a family realize that Thangka paintings needs to be kept alive for the benefit of the humanity. And in order to ensure this, we created a space called Center for Living Buddhist Art, a one-of-its-kind space in the world with an art studio, an art museum, and an art school. Here, apart from offering the conventional long-term programs that already existed in the tradition, we restructured and customized several short courses ranging from 1 day to several weeks, months, or years, just to make these more popular worldwide and to attract more attention. Now, with the introduction of these short courses, the artists, students, universities worldwide were attracted and students started pouring in. I was amazed at the response. Even students under the prestigious Fulbright scholarships or Rockefeller Memorial Fellowship and many other took these tailored programs. New books were now written in English, giving instructions on how to do these drawings using the traditional grids. Thousands of images and ink drawings were now digitalized and made available for public access with the help of University of Denver, Colorado. Continuing with our aim, we are now creating a museum exhibiting masterpiece paintings connecting us to our rich cultural heritage. These paintings and this space will walk us through the 2,300 years of journey that Buddhist paintings have made. Today, the appeal and the message that Thangka paintings carry has extended itself to the entire world. And there are more women taking part in the program, learning and creating Thangka paintings more than ever before. And I feel this is because of the human's spiritual and creative zeal to connect to the beauty and the divine. I feel art never dies. It may change its name, styles, school, or forms. It flows like a river to meet with its ultimate. It is a continuum. It is flowing as I give this talk, here and now. It is going to flow through all of you. Today, we all are fortunate to be able to witness this ongoing transformative journey of Thangka paintings, a beautiful legacy of love, kindness, and compassion that needs to be preserved and shared.